all these months we've been on here. Folks, evolution is hindering our education system. It is hindering good science from being taught. What they also don't tell you about those horses is they have this small to medium to large horses. Do you know we have small horses today? We have miniature horses. We actually have miniature horse farms here in the state of Washington. We have medium-sized horses and we have large horses. They're not evolving. They exist today, and they're all horses. So the whole horse evolutionary sequence has been fabricated. Well, so far we've had 8 logical errors used by evolutionists. Fuzzy words, half-truth, bandwagon, glittering generalities, loaded words, association, ridicule, and then number 8 was circumstantial evidence. And let's go to number 9. I call this the either-or fallacy. Number 9, the either-or fallacy. And what I mean by this is presenting only one possible solution when others are justified. In other words, presenting only one possible solution when others are justified. Here's your example. If we teach creation, then we'll have to teach every other creation myth. Now, here's the fallacy of that. We are not, as creationists, as Christians, out to teach creation or the Bible in the science classroom, because it's not a perfect world. Therefore, what we do want is to teach the science in the science classroom. And the evolutionists do not want that to happen. That's happened all across this country, even in this state. They do not want the scientific evidence brought up in the evolution class. They just want to control our children by teaching them a false religion called evolution. Now, if it sounds like I'm strong here tonight, folks, I am. I'm being very strong in this because I travel all over the world, folks. I've been to every state in this country, been to universities, I've been to secular schools, I've been to Christian schools, and I've been in debates. I've talked to many people, but they cannot produce the evidence. And what I'm seeing in these schools is they won't invite creationists anymore into the public schools because they're afraid all we can talk about is religion. Folks, it's not us talking about only religion. The evolutionists are talking about religion. You know, when I get in debates, almost every single case is the evolutionist that starts bringing up religion. And I try and tell them, let's just stick to science, and they get upset because they can't do that. So the either-or fallacy, number 9. And we're going to go to a break here in just a moment. We're going to come back to number 10 called the analogy. So if you have any questions, if anybody out there has any observable evidence for evolution, we're still waiting for somebody to call and give us any evidence of evolution. Give us a call at 800-955-8200. And also, if you'd like to help sponsor this show and keep the truth being taught about creation, go to our website, creationmatters.org. Creationmatters.org. And you can go out there and find tremendous resources. You can even see samples of our DVDs, 2 to 3 minute samples. Welcome back to Creation Matters. I'm your host, Mike Riddle, and we're talking about logic errors used by evolutionists when they get into discussions on creation evolution. And we finished the first 9 so far. But I want to give you a couple of little points here before we go on. If you would like to request a seminar for myself or somebody from maybe Answers in Genesis to come out and talk at your school or location, you can go to our website, creationmatters.org, and on the left-hand column, we have a little couple of words there you can click on, and it will take you right to the place to request a seminar or talk. Just this last Sunday, I was at Crossroads Bible Church and doing a seminar for their high school group, and we had a wonderful time there. What a wonderful group of students that were out there. And I've already got several emails from those students, just very positive emails, but just a great group of children and kids out there at Crossroads Bible. And I'll be out there again on March the 20th, if you're interested, at Crossroads Bible Church in Bellevue, Washington. And tomorrow, if you're interested, I'm going to be at Snohomish County Christian School. Snohomish Christian School in Mount Lake Terrace, and I'll be up there for their chapel. And we've got quite a topic there, folks. We're going to talk about cloning, stem cells, and when does life begin? Terrific topic we're going to talk about. When does life begin? Cloning. We're going to talk about the truth of cloning and the truth of stem cells that the press doesn't seem to want to do. So tomorrow morning I'll be at Snohomish Christian School. Well, let's continue on here. Let's go to number 10, the analogy, another logic error used by evolutionists. And what we mean by analogy is improperly drawing parallels while ignoring differences. For example, they make this statement, evolution is a fact like digestion or gravity. Well, that's a logical error right there, folks, because we can see digestion happening. We can observe that. We can take a ball and drop it off a building and see the effects of gravity, but we can't see the effects of evolution because it never happened. See, there's the problem. Evolution draws improper parallels by saying, oh, evolution is a fact like digestion. Well, we know digestion is a fact. We know gravity is a fact. But evolution is not a fact, and I'll go so far again to say it's not a theory. We should never call it a theory. It's an unverified hypothesis, or it's a model. By the scientific method, if we still allow that to be taught in the schools, it is not a fact and it's not a theory. Well, let's go on to logic error number 11, and I told you this at the start of the show, we're going to go 90 miles an hour. So if you want all these, we'll have them posted later tonight on our website, creationmatters.org, or you can go out there tomorrow morning. For sure, we'll have them posted. But number 9 is appeal to authority. In other words, relying on authority rather than logic and evidence. Here's your examples. Nothing in biology makes sense in the light of evolution. In other words, what they're saying there is you can't have biology unless you're teaching evolution. That's a complete falsehood. That is what I would call a full lie. Because you can take evolution completely out of the textbooks and have wonderful science being taught. I don't think evolution has helped at all in anything we have done in science. You see, is evolution even necessary for science? See, I think if we had a complete disbelief in evolution, it would not affect our science at all. Actually, it would make it go better. Let me give you some ideas what evolution has done to hinder our science. You see, it's not necessary to do math. Understanding evolution is not necessary to understand human anatomy. Understanding evolution is not necessary for physics or condensed matter. It's not necessary for understanding how chemicals bond together. We could just throw evolution completely out and understand all this science. But here's what evolution has done to hinder scientific progress. At one time, they thought there were over 100 leftover organs in our body called vestigial organs, like the appendix, the coccyx, our tonsils. All those, evolution thought, oh, those are useless organs. We don't need those things. Let's cut them out. Folks, that was a lie. Those are useful organs in our body. They are needed. Our tonsils are part of our immune system when we're young. Our appendix is part of our immune system. The coccyx is a very important organ in our body, folks. You can take it out and still live, but you won't be comfortable for the rest of your life. Then a second thing they've done to hinder, the Miller experiment. They still teach this Miller experiment in our schools, where Miller was supposed to have created the building blocks of life in the laboratory. That's been debunked almost 40 years ago. But yet, we're still teaching students that, and they're still making the same mistakes. Think of this. All the time and money spent searching for those missing links that they have not found yet. They haven't found them, so you know what they're doing? Drawing pictures in our textbooks. Think about all the time and money spent looking for intelligent life elsewhere in the universe. So you see how much evolution hinders our scientific progress? We're spending money on evolution when it could be spent on curing diseases and helping people. For instance, how about the whole abortion issue? Planned Parenthood about 30 years ago, and probably less than that, was teaching that the embryo inside the woman's womb was not a human being. It was undergoing its stages of evolution. Folks, that's scientifically wrong. Now they're teaching that it's just a blob. Folks, that is wrong. Now they're teaching that it's separate, it's part of the woman's body. No, it is not part of the woman's body, folks. It is a separate human being, has its own blood supply in there. So evolution is hindering scientific progress. We don't need it. Well, let's go on to number 12, because we've got to race along here. Number 12, logic error, is extrapolation. Extrapolating something. Assuming a trend beyond what data permits. Example, radioactive dating methods prove the Earth is 4.6 billion years old. That is a huge extrapolation, because all we can do is take a short sample in a short time period, then extrapolate that back billions of years. We can't be certain on that. So tremendous extrapolation, because there's some underlying assumptions to the radioactive dating method. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the age of the Earth in several weeks. I want to hold that one off for several weeks. We're going to talk about this